Hey everyone, it is Christian and Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000, and we are here to review Naruto Chapter 579. Let's get started. Before we get into the meat of the chapter, there was an awesome color page of Naruto about to pop the fox's sleeping bubble, and I think this is just really awesomely reinforcing the fact that the fox and Naruto are friends, and it's a cool idea. Maybe one day.
Like Clifford the big demonic red dog. So Kabuto goes on to say that he's got nature on his side and he's all super powered up now. And that's when all of this awesome just raw action begins, where he summons all of these giant snakes that are just going all over the cave and ripping up pillars and everything and destroying everything. And then Sasuke and Itachi summon both of their Susanus at the same time, and they're grabbing the snakes and cutting them up. And it's just pure raw awesomeness here. Because really, either side really doesn't have an advantage here, because Itachi's saying, I can't really find them, there's chakra all over the place, and Kabuto's able to find them because he can smell them and he doesn't have to see them. He actually puts his hood over his face so he doesn't have to look at their Sharingan eyes. And this is all just really, really great action.
Kabuto starts to reveal where his powers are coming from, which are the big revelations in this chapter. And we're seeing the Hozoki clan is where Suigetsu comes from, and where he's getting his super ability to be one with nature. And then we're finding out that Karen is an Uzumaki, finally confirmed in the manga. And it's badass because that's where he's getting his healing powers from, because we saw Sasuke cut his tail and then just healed back up. And so this is where Orochimaru is getting some of his new powers from. Weird.
So the biggest revelation in this chapter has to be about Kabuto and his brand new powers. We know that he's some sort of crazy snake guy because he took over Orochimaru's abilities, but there's now a full confirmation. Orochimaru apparently at some point was a snake sage, and this was something that I've always sort of theorized about him, and that could mean that Tsunade's a slug sage, but that's just something else. But here's the big deal. We get to learn that Kabuto himself actually found the dragon cave where he was able to become a snake sage, and you can see that he met the great white snake, who looks like a giant snake wearing a wig smoking a giant cigarette, which I think is actually kind of funny. But anywho, he's achieved these great brand new sage abilities, and at the end of the chapter he transforms into his brand new form where he has these badass horns and everything, and he claims to be a dragon, and he gets ready to use a brand new technique. And that's where the chapter comes to a close.
Naruto 579 was pretty damn snake-filled. I don't think there's any other way you could say it. It had snakes everywhere. And honestly, Itachi looked worried. Sasuke is still the killer, and you see Itachi's like, hey man, stop trying to kill him. He's like, don't worry, he's tough as fuck, man. We're really gonna have to try anyway, so don't worry. But it also kind of reveals that struggle where Itachi is kind of trying with this fight to rehab Sasuke, and I thought we saw a little more of that in there too. But since with all these Karen being Uzumaki revelations and other things, I think some of that got foreshadowed, or was way more heavier to story progression than that little Sasuke Itachi stuff. But I think we'll see that come into play more, and also just the Kabuto stuff in general was pretty awesome.
Obviously the action this week was great. There's only so much I could elaborate on about how it was. But I really, really enjoyed it. But the big stuff this week, all things were revolved around actually the Taka team, which I thought was interesting. Suigetsu's abilities are now something Kabuto can use. Karen being an Uzumaki. She's had red hair, but honestly I had no idea she was going to be an Uzumaki. So now there are two Uzumakis out there who are completely obsessed with Sasuke. And then you got Jugo. His abilities actually stem back to the Dragon Cave. So everything just sort of came full circle in this chapter, and I really like that. Action was great, and Kabuto. What an awesome villain. It's great now that there's a villain in the series who can use Sage Mode, not just any Sage Mode, this freaky snake-dragon hybrid. So all of it was really good. The artwork, the action, the revelations. This is one of those chapters that I'm going to remember for a long time, and I can't wait to see in the anime.
And that is why we are dropping a 9 out of 10 on this chapter.
It's time for the question of the week, and this week's question is about Kabuto's new abilities, in particular his new attack. What's it gonna do? You can let us know with your comments below, and if you want to let us know what you thought about this chapter, please leave your comments there. We'd love to know what you thought.
If you enjoyed this video review of Naruto Chapter 579, make sure to give us a big thumbs up. Thank you very much, guys, and until next time, SuperKamiGuru9000, out.